I believe there is evidence suggesting that as a society, we are becoming less empathic. And one of the ways we can understand that is by understanding where empathy comes from, how it's nurtured, and also how it works in the brain. So I talk about in the book how mammals and human mammals in particular are unique among species, where for humans at birth, only 10% of their brain is fully developed. That means 90% of brain development has to occur outside of the womb. That's that's a lot of brain development. And society says you have to be on the order of 18 years old before you can go off on your own. That's a long time. So we shouldn't be surprised that we have evolved networks of neurons in our brain that allow us to form strong attachment and strong social bonds. The core of those bonds is the ability of one brain to understand the mental state of another brain, which we often refer to as empathy. Now, what does social media and what do heavy use of smartphone technologies in isolation do to the brain? Well, one of the things it does, particularly at young ages, is it displaces social interaction from a two-dimensional world, like a video screen, to the three-dimensional world of reality. So by showing young children videos, you're really not teaching them anything, no matter how instructional those videos are. And what you're really doing is displacing what they need, which is face to face social interaction or alone time to self regulate and explore their internal world and what it is like to be human. Well, I think the best example of how technology can facilitate strong social bonds and empathy is through certain communications. So, for example, when people who are in a loving relationship have a fight, and sometimes it's hard to think on your feet and come up with the right words. Using ChatGPT for some recommendations, thinking about what you're going to say, texting it so that you can put the right words to it can often bring down the emotional temperature of a fight and allow people to repair and see the other person's perspective. And that's really the core of empathy. We know when people are in a heightened state of arousal and they have a lot of negative emotions in particular, it's very hard to be empathic. And so by using technology to turn down the temperature, communicate in a way, try to understand the other person's perspective, I think is an excellent way that we can actually strengthen our empathic bonds rather than weaken them.